Well, hello friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I am working on my Cotton Cuts Tree of Life. This is a very slow process for me. I'm doing it just a little bit at a time. You guys have me for an hour today. So that means you'll probably see about half an hour video, if that, because I don't have but 2 of these borders to put on. But tonight I wanted to get back on my cotton cuts. I want to get this done so I can get it to the long armor and get it long armed. And I've got borders pinned on. I got them done today while I was sitting in the Walmart pickup line waiting on them to bring my bags out to me. I realized when I was going to do those flu and cold tea bombs that I was needing some fresh ginger. I thought I had some, but obviously I used it all up. So I had to get a few things. I figured if I needed to get fresh ginger, I probably needed to get a few more things. Because, you know, for Walmart pickup, and where I live, I don't know, they may do delivery here, but you have to do a certain amount for them to not charge you a fee. And I'm like, well, I know I probably need some other things too, you know, so let's just get a few more things. Not even thinking that next week is Thanksgiving. I could have made a big list if I had thought about that. But I will be doing some prep work for Thanksgiving. This week I will be getting my onions diced because I put onions in almost everything I do. Well, guys, I just started rattling on here. How are y'all doing? That is how my brain has been going here lately. I am still running on a shot that is keeping me awake, and it's about 8:30 right now. I slept for 3 days and now I can't sleep at all. But I'm not going to be on here until 11 o'clock at night. No, I am not. I have to go to work. Tomorrow's my first day back to work. So even if I don't go to sleep, I have to be in bed. Got to try to trick myself into going to sleep. So that's what I'm going to try to do. But I at least wanted to come in and do an hour of sewing tonight, because I have not done a lot of sewing. I've done a lot of embroidery. And I told you I was doing finishing ups in our updates Monday. That's what this week is tying up loose ends. And this is a loose end I need to get done so I can go on and get it quilted. And once it comes back from the long arm, I can then bind it. I have one more quilt that needs to be bound. Well, I have a lot more that needs to be bound, but they need to be quilted first. So I've got to get on it and get those things quilted. And I'm hoping to, I can't just make a whole week out of it, because let's face it, half of the week is already over. And what I am going to do, though, is try to get as many. I have several small projects that I could probably quilt them real quick. You know, maybe probably could quilt and bind in an hour with you guys. So I'm going to try to do some of those smaller projects and get those done this week. Thursday night I do have the live with Tammy. That starts at, I believe, 7 p.m. my time. That is Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. And we normally sew about an hour and a half. And we are still working, of course, on the land that I love out of Celebrate with Quilts. So we are working on that one. We will be working on that quilt until July. I think the end of July is when she kind of calculated it. You know, for us to have, you know, use November and December to do our repeating blocks, and then every Thursday to do a different block, because there are quite a few. It's like a sampler quilt. There are quite a few, you know, sampler squares or blocks that we'll be making. So guys, what all do you have going on right now? I know I have so many loose ends I want to tie up, but I have so many that I want to get started on too. I'm thinking about taking a week and doing just my catching up with all of my blocks of the month. I currently still have my peaceful baskets that I need to do and for this month. And I saw that my next sew sampler box is already on its way, so I'll have 2 of them that's not done. So I just need to take a week and do all my blocks of the months that I have, which it would really take more than a week to do all of them, because I have my peaceful baskets for this month that I have not done, or last month that I have not done. I have 4 for my country blessings, the poppy cotton block of the month that I'm doing with a local quilt shop. I have 4, I think, that I still have to do there. And then I have my Creative Notions blocks that I haven't done. So I got quite a few that I haven't done. I'm going to press and I will be right back. Okay guys, I've got that pressed out. So now I need to put my other blocks on here. So I have to see what direction they go. It looks like it's going to go like this. So what I am going to do is pin this on, and we can continue to chat though. That is a-okay. I can chat and pin at the same time. I may poke myself, but I can chat and pin. I've been listening to Tammy tonight, and they were talking about foundation paper piecing. And I have a foundation paper piecing pattern I want to get to so bad, but I'm just not going to. I'm not going to add anything extra on me right now. It would be fabulous to get to, because it is a Christmas pattern. But I think I'm going to hold off on that. I was going to do a foundation paper piecing for you guys, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for the time being. And focus on getting what I have going done. I'm wondering why I have so many of these seams that are not nesting. I have to match them up, and I don't like that. I want my seams to nest. Well, yeah, I noticed Cotton Cuts has got their new colorways coming out. I have not decided if I'm going to do another quilt, because I'm still doing the Wild West. I love doing them. Now, this one is just going to drive me crazy with all these seams that aren't nesting. And I know I didn't mess up on that many of them. But anyway, I am going to try to be knocking out some of the things that I have lingering that need to be done. That being my blocks. and my quilts that I need to get quilted and bound. And those are really higher priority because right now they're laying over here on top of my AccuQuilt, and I need access to my AccuQuilt because I set them on top of it and I really don't have anywhere else to sit them at the moment. I am in the process of trying to reorganize my room and downsize some of my things that I have going on in here. But as y'all can tell, I do multiple types of crafts, and Christmas time just kind of brings them out. Y'all will, as I do orders and do things for my own family, y'all will be seeing those, because I'm going to be doing them. Why not show them to you? I know the next thing, I did get my vinyl order in. Let me see, it's right here. I hadn't even opened it up, y'all. I'm doing a vinyl order. I'm doing some for my grandbabies. I had another vinyl order, but it's done and out. But I didn't have the colors that I needed for my grandbabies. So I had to order some vinyls for their shirts. And I hope to get those done this week. That way, at Thanksgiving, I can give them these shirts because they're Christmas shirts. And that way, maybe I can talk them into helping me put my Christmas tree up. But it's okay if they don't, because I have a live that night with Tammy, where we are still going to be sewing that night. Well, we're still going to be making, I don't know about sewing. We may be chit-chatting more than anything. And I know somebody's probably going to say, well, what about your family? My family has their own families. And they have so many places to go. And this is probably the first year in many that I'll be able to do Thanksgiving at lunchtime with my children. I think my son had said, you know, last year they did Thanksgiving with his in-laws, and they don't make green bean casserole. So he had told his wife they were coming to my house for Thanksgiving because he knew I would make him a green bean casserole. He loves that thing. I know a lot of people don't, but my child loves that thing. And my son is a very picky eater. And it's funny, he likes things like that because he does not like mushrooms, but he will eat, I don't know what it's called. We call it SOS. My uncle was in the Navy, and he said they ate it all the time. But it wasn't called an SOS. It was something on a shingle. And all it is a piece of toast with cheese on it. And I guess it's called, you can buy this stuff in a can if you don't want to make it homemade, with chicken a la king on it. All it is like chicken in cream of mushroom soup with cheese and like peas added into it. And you put it on your toast with your cheese. Your cheese melts and you sprinkle cheese on top of it. My son loves that. To me, that's the craziest thing in the world, that he loves that, because I know that was something that my uncle told him about, you know. And my son, though, he just is a weird eater. He does not eat just anything. But when he finds something like that he really likes, he will eat it. And it's funny that he eats that, though, because he doesn't like mushrooms. But I think that's completely a textural thing. Because if you grill a mushroom until it's like a chip, almost. He'll eat them. He likes them. He likes the flavor of them. I love mushrooms, though. I put them in anything and everything I can because they're good for you. Oh, I was sitting outside with my daughter and the mosquitoes like to have eaten us up. She came over and I had gone and got some Indian food because I've been craving Indian food. And I got chicken korma, and oh my goodness, it was so spicy. I asked for mild. I could not eat it. It was so spicy. I don't know if they got it mixed up, but it was hot. So I had messaged her, and I'm like, if you want this, come get it. Because she had come over to get a delivery that came to my house, and my grandson, he liked it too. He eyeballs got real big. He got a bite of that chicken korma, and he got some of the vegetable samosas, and he got some naan, and he really liked it. Okay, so I've got this side done, so now I think I need to attach this side. So I get to pin this one on, and I think the brown goes on the outside. Actually, I know it does. Because that's... Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, the brown goes on. I'm looking at the outer border. The thin border. I'm not there yet. Oh, goodness. I was about to stress myself right there. I haven't got that outer border put together yet. That'll probably be... Let's see. We're at 30-something minutes right now. That'll probably be another day thing. So she came over to get the rest of it because I get my Indian food. Now, I will say I've eaten in the restaurant and the food I've gotten has not been hot like that. So I don't know if they just kind of mixed it up because they were crazy busy when I got there because they open at 5 and I got there like right after 5. I mean about 5:20. About when everybody's getting off work and going to have dinner. And I haven't been cooking since I've not been feeling well. But I'm making sure I'm eating. So I just went and grabbed that. And I mean, even the vegetable samosas, man, they were spicy too. Now, that was the first time I'd ever tried those. So I don't know if they're normally spicy like that. That one was spicy though. Oh, it set me on fire. But I can't eat spicy foods even with a little bit of spice anymore. So I'm just pinning, trying to get this put together. Don't y'all just enjoy our little time in the sewing room? You're not having to say anything political or about all the craziness that's going in the world today. I'm just so glad the political stuff is over because I got so tired of seeing about it every day. Every day. I have my opinion and I just keep it to myself. And then all the other stuff, y'all, my goodness. I am so out of touch with recent events. And I delved down that rabbit hole the other day because, I mean, been sick. I can't do nothing. So I've been watching a lot of TV and, you know, once I got done watching, I'm watching in the bed, you know, while I'm laying in bed. My goodness, all these scandals that's going on. My goodness. All these people falling from grace now and people been warned about them for years. Let's see the Diddy scandal. My word. I don't have any thoughts one way or the other on it. I don't have a dog in that fight. But let's see, I saw that. And I mean, that's how out of touch I am. I didn't even know that was going on. And apparently that's been going on for a while. Something else I saw. What else? I can't even remember now. That's how important it was. I can't even remember it now. Something else that was supposed to have happened that I ain't really watched. I don't care about. I watched a lot of Christmas movies over the past few days. Which was fun for me because I love Christmas, and I normally start watching Christmas movies back in October. And I didn't this year. I kind of tried to hold out. But who don't love Christmas, though? I mean, Christmas is so... It's just a feeling you get, you know, with Christmas. I just love Christmas. It's just that feeling I get. There's hope. You know, at Christmas time, you feel like there's hope. Until you try to go shopping. And then it's like, bah, humbug. But y'all, this is, for me, this is my time of the year. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm pulling. I have my foot down. And no, my finger's not up in there. Y'all can't see it anyway, but it's gonna be. I'm afraid it's gonna be. Trying to keep my... I could probably sit here and sew all night with you guys. But remember, I told myself I wasn't going to do that anymore. I was going to give myself an hour. But I've had a few interruptions here. So I may give myself a little longer tonight. An hour and a half maybe. My fabric is not wanting to cooperate tonight. I don't know if I'm getting too much right here and it's creating pressure somewhere. Well, I didn't think about this, but with the Bernina, if I'm pushing on the side of my foot down here, that it will make it go sideways. But I know I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm going to press and I will be right back. Well, I don't have to press. What I need to do is get my other strips done. Okay, well, I did go ahead and press that out. You'll see it hanging behind me. So now I have got to get my other pieces. I may not get to sew it tonight, but I'm going to try. So we have to take 9A, 2 of section 5, and 1B. So 9A. Let's see how many we're going to do that. This is the side piece, so apparently 2. This says take 1 section 9A. So I've got to see which section is 9A. Looks like this one. So we've got, oh wait, yep, these are 9A. 9A are the small ones. We're making 2. So 2 sections of 5. So this is 5. So we're doing, so that's 4. We'll take 2 for each one, or we'll take 2 for each one. And then it says 1B. Now I'm guessing this 5 is going to be in our second one too. So let's see. 1B. We need 2 of those, 1 for each side. See, I could have already had this pulled out, but I didn't. So 1B, how many do we have of these? Are they the same? No, they're not. So 1B, okay, so this is it, 2. And it looks like this one is 1C. So, alrighty, we're going to do our side one first. So we have, I'm going to close my box here. And I'm going to put my pieces in the order that they go. So this is 9A, this is 5, and we'll be doing 2 of those. And then this is 1B. So we are going to take a 9A, and it is pointed in the correct direction. And then a 5, that is pointed in the correct direction. Make sure, yes. So I am just going to go ahead and sew these 2 together. Make sure and I'm going to do the second row as well. Now this may try to give me a little trouble because it's right there on that seam. It didn't give me any trouble. That's good. So let's get the other one. I have to make sure I look at it each time because if I don't, that's where I go wrong. If I'm not paying attention to the direction and the exact piece. So, and you see there, I just sewed one like it, and I just have to make sure it is correct. Because if it can be messed up, I can mess it up. Got to make sure these line up real well. So now what we're going to do, I'm keeping them laying in the direction they are. We will add, no I'm not, I'm going to open it up and lay it how it should be. And then we are going to add our second piece down here. And I went on and hung the main part of the quilt back up because I know I'm not going to get to put this on tonight. Because after I get these borders sewed, I am probably calling it a night. Because I need to. I need to call it a night. So I can get myself prepared for work tomorrow. Because I know we are short-handed at work and it's just not good when I have to be off. It's not good when I have to be off anyway, especially we're getting ready to go into payroll week, which is Monday, and we have a holiday. So that makes it even worse because then I have to try to figure out what they did while I was gone. Now we're adding our last piece on here. And I know this is my bottom because my sides are going all the right directions. When laying these down, I'm making sure all of my things are pointed in the same direction. This is the direction. Oop, nope, they're supposed to go the other direction. This is the direction they're going. I need to make sure I got them all going in the right direction. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I didn't put that on the wrong side or wrong end of it. I'm sure I didn't do that. Because as long as they're all going in the same direction, it's on the right end. Okay, I need to see how all of this presses. It looks like everything presses to the top. I'm going to go ahead and press these and I will be right back. Okay, so that first outer border is done. So now I need to do the top and bottom piece border. So here's where we are. These are going to be the long borders. So I have to see, this is my last one, I believe. So no, I'm thinking this is my last one. And these are my 2 that go in the middle. And this is my first one. It's easier to lay them this direction now because the picture shows it going long ways. So let's get started. I need to keep this where I can see it. So this is going to be our first piece. And this is going to be our second and third piece. But we're going to do one at a time. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I'm doing that right. Yeah, it looks like it's right. And after I do these borders, I do have the border kit also that I ordered. Just because I didn't know what their large was going to be like. Is this the large? Did I do the large? Yeah, I did the large for the Tree of Life. The Wild West, I did the small. Now, I would think the large without the borders is a perfectly good size throw quilt. But the small, you probably do need to add the extra borders if you want it to be a bigger size. Because the small, it does, okay, I'm only 5'2". So, it doesn't take much to go from my neck to my toes. And the carnival, I did a small on the carnival and it fits fine. But if you want to have that little extra bit, I would say just add the extra borders to a small and you'll have that little extra bit. But the large, I don't think you need to do that. Okay, so now we're going to add our second piece. But anyway, I've been seeing some of the colorways that they have for the next one. And they kind of give a description about a flyway, you know, what that is. And it almost makes me think of like a migratory path. So, you know, is that something maybe interested in doing? I'm not sure. I haven't really decided yet. I mean, I have so many projects going on already that not doing it really wouldn't, you know, put me at a disadvantage of not having anything to do because I got plenty to do. But I love doing them. But at some point it does become a financial part too. You know, I'm trying to decrease my budget a little bit because I have some goals for 2025 that's going to require me to tighten my belt a little bit. You know, maybe decrease my budget, my sewing budget a little bit, which is going to be hard to do. And I mean, I'll just put it out there. I want to buy a house this year. I don't think it's going to happen because I feel like the house I'm in is what's making me sick. I mean, I was thinking if I could buy a house, I could let my daughter and her fiance trade my house in. Or I could end up having to trade it in and just getting another mobile home. But I really don't want to do that. You know, that would be a good starter for them. It needs to happen after the new year, though. Interest rates are going to go down. I'm pretty certain of that. So, I don't know. That's a I want thing, but I don't want my daughter feeling like she has to live in this house because I don't want anybody living in this house. It's just dangerous all the way around. Okay, I am going to press these out. And then we'll be done. So, guys, I'm just going to end our video here. And I'll go in and press this out. So, thank y'all for joining me and listening to my rambling on. I'm telling you, I'm just ramble today. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's inspired you. I tell you, it's hard for me to get back over here behind the sewing machine when I've just been popping out embroidery projects and embroidery orders. Y'all didn't see me do any of my orders, but you saw things that I did for my orders. The gingerbread mug rug, I am still testing that. I am still testing ways to do that, to hopefully, I want to try to use the stabilizer they suggest. They suggest to use the tearaway. And so I'm trying to do some testing on that to see things that maybe I could do differently. And you know, hey, if it fails, it fails. That's another one I get to keep, which is fine because I love having them all over my house. I can carry one to work. But guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you've not yet. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.